Good evening. I am in the middle of a giant car park, a couple of miles out of central Bangkok, but we are at Jodd fairs. Now, not the Jodd fairs that I went to in a previous video. This is the slightly bigger Jodd fairs that actually has its own Walt Disney style castle. And when I say a castle, I'm really not joking. I mean a castle. So we're gonna have a walk around, grab some food, you know the drill. It is food, market, food, probably a Thai milk tea, food. That's me, I suppose. I've gotten here quite early because I wanted to kind of get here as the sun was setting and obviously kind of avoid the crowds if I could today, so it's nice and easy. But I really wasn't joking when I said they had a Disney castle. Like, holy crap, you know? So, but what I like about this market compared to the others is there is an awful lot more space. Farm of flamingos here, so, and they are, luckily they're not real, because I'd be pretty scared if the flamingos were this size, because they'd probably be angry. Okay, we're gonna walk up and down a few market stalls and then we'll grab ourselves some food and love life. Start all the way down the beginning. I'm not going to make it all the way through before I go and get myself some food, some drinks, because I am thirsty as anything. Just kind of have a little explore to see just how big it is. It's got some bits going on here, some building. Tell you what, now that they're doing all this building, it must suck to be kind of just on the outskirts here, because you probably feel a million miles away from the rest of the market. But it's Friday night. I am sure that by the time I leave here tonight, that this place is going to be packed. So we shall see. Definitely going to be stopping here. Well, I may try and avoid it actually, because problem with that is there's at the other Jodd fairs, and what I don't want to do is eat everything here that I ate at the Jodd fairs place. It's still quite early. Some places are still just setting up and getting their bits ready. Looks like that could be fried chicken skin. One medium please. Sorry. So the first food stop of the day is for fried chicken skin. Now they say it's fat-free on their board. I'm assuming that they mean it's all skin, not any fat. So I ordered it with tom yum seasoning and spicy sauce. The spicy sauce looks a bit like what you would get in a seafood dip. Chilies, a little coriander, probably a lot of citrus. That spicy sauce is good. There's a lot of citrus in it. But citrus and spice just work so well. You know what? I mean, that's a big old pot of chicken skin. This is the smallest they do. And I'll be honest, it's a lot for one person to eat, but it's bloody tasty. It's not really salted. I don't think there's any seasoning on there until you pick your seasoning. But the tom yum powder is nice. But honestly, it's that spicy dipping sauce that is making that for me. It's a very similar market. I think I said it before walking around, to the one in Prah. I think there might be a few more stalls, but ultimately it's all pretty much the same. But it's a much cooler setting. There's like a river to the side of me here. I'll just show you. You got a river through there, and then you got all those cool vintage cars. You got the castle. It's much more Instagrammable, should we say. Is it a better market? No. I'd say it's probably, unless you want to see the actual cars or the castle. I don't think you're going to get any more bang for your buck coming here. In fact, I think everything's pretty much the same price. So in theory, you'd spend more because you have to travel further. But the castle is nice. Right. I'm going to see what else we can get into. I'm sure there's some mooping here. That's a great movie snack. I wish I sold those in a cinema. It's not a bad place to start. It was quite a big market, for sure. So I just saw a place doing T-bone steaks, which are only 170 baht. So, that could be one of them ones you weigh up. Do you really want to have a steak and risk being full for everything else? We have all the marinated seafood, shrimp, salmon. Hey, that's it, sorry, it's just hay. But it's actually really nice walking around here while it's quiet, rather than as busy as the previous ones have been recently. It gives you a bit of time to kind of see everyone getting themselves organized before it all kicks off. This is going to be a nice long walking intro. I will probably break this bit up into the whole video rather than just one long walking intro before everything else. So So, first stop was for an Ovaltine Crispy or an Ovaltine Volcano. Wow, that is like a punch in the face of chocolate. That is so strong. Wow, that is literally like so chocolatey. I would think I prefer that a little sweeter and a little milkier. But it's kind of like a cross between a milkshake and pudding. I like those crunchy biscuit bits, so once you mix it up. They're nice. By no means unpleasant. It's just very, very strong. Well, not bad. Ooh, I nearly lost you there. Certainly quenching my thirst at the moment. So, as to keep you a bit more entertained. Don't want you to feel like having me eat the food at the end is the reward for sitting through all of my talking and walking. Okay, cat ice cream apparently. Before it all gets too dark. I'll tell you what, I would love to live up there somewhere. Amazing grilled meats here. You got all the staff. They're like all organised, but they're just kind of having their dinner. It opens at 4 here, and it's currently like half 5, sorry. So I think everyone's kind of got themselves set up, enjoying themselves before everyone probably comes in from work. I would imagine there'd be a wave in about half an hour, 45 minutes. Do it. And then you've got all of these amazing, like Chevrolet Impala. I mean, look at that. It's a stunning car. So you come around here, then you've got photo booth, seafood bar, and then more permanent looking structures. That makes me think it was an old airport, but it's not big enough to be thinking it's just done by design for gullible people like me. I suppose it could have been like a little Cessna style airport, I suppose, which is cool. Could I have one small, please? Yes. So, my favourite thing at all the markets, frozen Coke slushies. for 30 baht, so like 75 pence. So yeah, we'll walk around and have a drink of this. So I stopped for some skewers. I'll be honest, these are 15 baht each. The ones in prah raman 9 were 10 baht each. And the chicken ones there, here, and the pork ones here, pretty cold, dry, and 5 baht more expensive. So we got the beef to try, which is also cold. That one's nice. That's like a little sweet and sticky. It's very, very beefy. Fatty. But ultimately, I think what I've discovered here is it's very similar to the other jodd fairs. Aside from the fact that they have the cool muscle cars, just kind of like classic vintage cars sat here, and the castle, it's more open. It is more modern looking, but ultimately, in relation to the other market, I put it overpriced. If I'm being honest, somewhat disappointing. I think I'm going to get an ice cream and make a walk back to the MRT, because ultimately I don't really feel like I want to eat much else here. It's all very similar, and like I say, it's all more expensive than the other jodd fairs, and it's further out. So you'd be best off just staying in prah raman 9 and go into the one there. It may be a little smaller and a little bit more compact, but ultimately I find that this one is more for the people that kind of just want to post something on Instagram. I don't really feel as though it's got a value in its substance, which is a shame, because I kind of would have preferred this one to have been better than the other jodd fairs to make the distance that I travelled here feel a little bit more worthwhile. But I feel somewhat underwhelmed, and for the first time in Bangkok, I feel a little, can't say ripped off, because ultimately the food is still cheap, you know, but when you can get it closer to home for less, you can't help but feel as though maybe, let's just say disappointed, I think is probably the best use of words we can have. Feel disappointed by the lack of difference that it has, and the fact that it's more expensive. That was a very long-winded, solemn outro. I do apologize, but yeah, just feel it misses the mark. Now, it's a Friday night and you just saw me walking up and down. It is pretty empty even now. I thought it would have been busy 6:30 coming up to 7:15, and ultimately, like, you look around and there just is not a lot of people. Maybe it's too far out of the city for people to want to come, or I mean, Like, why would you come out here when you have a market that has basically exactly the same, closer? So maybe this is the cater for people that live further out naturally in this direction, because there's a lot of high-rise condos near here. Maybe it's for those people. But yeah, it's the end of the video. Sorry it was a solemn one. Thank you for watching the unadventurous stroll around Jodd Fairs in Nemirit. But yeah, I'm gonna get an ice cream and go home. See you later.